Hi, welcome to my kitchen. My name's Sue and this is Sue Marie P. Today I'd like to share how to make buckwheat pancakes 4 ways, 4 recipes without eggs. I've been testing various options over the last few months. After the success of my spelt pancakes, no eggs, I thought I really need to share a gluten-free buckwheat pancake recipe but no eggs. So if you'd like to see how to make them, come with me. And let's see. So I've been testing various options over the last few months and these are my 4 favourite ones. And I can't choose which one I like more. It's just really good. It's not just for vegan people or people with an intolerance to an egg or eggs. It might be you've run out of eggs in the house or in the kitchen and you think, I want to eat pancakes. What can I do instead? What are the options to use if I've run out of eggs? So the first one I've got is chia seeds. So before we started filming, I've put 1 tablespoon of chia seeds mixed with 3 tablespoons of water, just room temperature water. And by now, it should be making this kind of like thick gel. I'll just give it a stir. And I also did a flax version, but I preferred the chia seeds. The flax ended up being a little bit dry. So what we're going to do, we'll do one at a time. So the first bowl I've got the chia seeds label on. And so I've got a cup of buckwheat flour, which is approximately 150 grams. And the additives I do are 1/2 teaspoon of cinnamon, 1/2 teaspoon of baking powder, 1/2 teaspoon of baking soda, a pinch of salt, which is, if you want to be technical, 1/8 of a teaspoon, and I'm using 1/2 teaspoon of vanilla, I was going to say socker because that's what Swedish call it, sugar powder, or you can use vanilla extract. That's optional, but I'm going to whisk that first, just to combine all those together. And then I'm going to add the flax, sorry, not the flax, I'm going to add the chia seeds, and that's the egg replacement in this bowl, or this recipe or option. And in my glass here, I've got soya milk, and I'll start, there's 1.5 cups. Usually my recipe is 1 cup flour, 1 cup milk, but buckwheat flour tends to absorb more liquid, so I need more liquid. Well, that's what I've found. But you can use your eye, so I won't put all in at once, and I'll just mix it around. Use your eye to get the consistency that you love for pancakes. Some people are thick pancake people, some people like them thinner. This isn't crepes, this is kind of more the American style hotcakes. And we eat lots of pancakes in this house. So it's still too thick, so I'm going to add more. But I just do it gradually and use my eye. Usually I have bigger bowls, but I thought I wanted to make it in matching bowls, so the bowls are a little bit small for my liking. Okay, so the chia one's all mixed ready to go, and I think that texture is quite good. I didn't quite use all my milk, but I'll put all the recipes over at suemariep.com or down below in the description. The next bowl, this is my banana one, so I'm going to mash the banana. So again, I've got my 1/2 teaspoon of cinnamon, 1/2 teaspoon of vanilla, 1/2 teaspoon of baking powder, 1/2 teaspoon of baking soda, and a pinch of salt. Whisk that together. Let's grab another spatula. And I need to mash the banana. So let's just mash the banana first. And I've used small bananas, large bananas. You can use however much banana you like. So the banana's roughly mashed. So I'm going to slowly add my milk. So it's somewhere between 1.25 cups to 1.5 cups. I found that 1 cup was just not quite enough milk. And if you don't drink soya milk, you can do your preferred plant-based milk. And if plant-based milk isn't important, you can just use regular milk. And sometimes when the mixture sits on the bench for a little while, it might go thicker, so then you can just add a little bit of milk as you go. And today I think I'm going to add more milk because it doesn't look loose enough for this one. Whoops. The other options that you can also add is if you want a sweeter pancake, you can add some maple syrup, like a tablespoon, And you can also add a little bit of olive oil. Sometimes I find the olive oil helps when you're cooking so things don't stick. But today I'll leave the oil out just so we can be a little bit healthier. I'm going to add all that milk today. Okay, in the next bowl we have a sparkling water version. So again, I've got a cup of the buckwheat flour and I've got all my spices. I've got the half a teaspoon of cinnamon, half a teaspoon of baking powder, half a teaspoon of baking soda, the vanilla and the pinch of salt. So we'll whisk that together. And we just need a quarter of a cup of the sparkling water, and that's our egg replacement. And because we're adding water, we may not need all of the milk. So I've got a cup and a quarter here. So again, I'm just going to add a little bit at a time. And I need one of these spatulas back. Okay, we need more milk. I think that's good for now. The last version is apple. So I've previously made some with like a pureed apple or ready-made apple sauce that you can buy from the supermarket. I've just been using a fresh apple and using my mandolin to slice it thinly and chop it. So we're going to do the apple version. Again, I've got the cup of buckwheat flour. I've got all my additives, the half a teaspoon of cinnamon, half a teaspoon of baking powder, half a teaspoon of bicarb soda, half a teaspoon of vanilla, pinch of salt. So we'll whisk those together. And the whisking is important, or you can sift them, just to combine all of the ingredients together before you start adding the liquid. Going to add our milk, but again, we won't use it all. We'll just leave some there. So you can see that's quite runny, so that's good. Just need to make some room. I'm going to start heating up my pan so we can start cooking. But I've made such a mess. So I've got a little induction hob here. I'm going to just set this to, I think it's level 3. And my apple bowl, I need to add the apple, don't I? Getting a little bit distracted. Here's my non-stick pan. This is just an inexpensive one from IKEA. So let's just get that heated up. I'm just going to remove the core from the apple. I'm just going to zoom you in so you can see what I'm doing. Slice my apple, and I just leave the skin and all on, extra fibre. Okay, there's a bit of a chunk left. So what I'll do, I'm just going to chop all of that really thinly. And just throw that into my mixture. The bowl is here. The pan is getting nice and hot. I'm just going to combine those apples. So to make it easier for you at home, I'm going to cook one batter at a time. Grab a plate, have that ready. As we cook them, I'll cover them with a cloth, but you can use a bowl that's upside down. So we grab a quarter scoop out, and we'll do a test one just to start with. So I've just got my quarter of a cup. So we need to cook the first side for a few minutes, and then we'll flip it. So we need to wait until bubbles appear before we flip it, top of it. And if you think your pan is too hot after the first one, you can turn the temperature down. So I've cooked half of the batter of the chia seeds. I'm going to move on and do the next one. Number 2 recipe, banana buckwheat pancakes, no eggs. Now you can see that these are a bit chunky, so they won't be as round, but they taste amazing. So what I'll do, I'll cook about 3 of these. Sometimes the banana takes a little bit longer to cook because you've got all that extra moisture inside. The final bowl to cook is my apple, and now look, that has rested and gotten quite thick. So I'm going to grab some more water. Water, Susan. Milk, I'm going to grab more of the soy milk. But look, if you have run out of milk, you could probably add water to it. And the ones with the apple and the banana actually make more pancakes because you've added the fruit, so you've made more volume. The other option you could do, if you wanted finer apple in there, you could grate the apple, but actually this is the quick way for me and I don't mind the extra apple chunks. Like the banana, this is taking a little bit longer to cook because you've got all that texture in there of the apple. That's all my cooking for now. I'm going to do a taste test for you and I'll finish cooking the rest of the batter later. I always find it's easier to cook all the batter and then you can freeze them or keep them in a container in the fridge and then reheat them instead of leaving the batter in the fridge and then trying to use it the next day. That's how I like it. So I'm going to just remove this pan. So I have my 4 recipes, 4 ways. So let's try the chia seeds. Got a little bit of jam here, and they have gone a little bit cold. If you're doing them for your family or yourself, you could probably eat them as you go. They always taste better hot or directly cooked. So let's try the chia seeds one. And I'm just adding jam. Usually I'd do butter, but for the video I'll do this. So it's still quite fluffy on the inside. I like them, they're good. So the next plate I've got here is my banana plate. Again, I'm just going to try half of one. And you can put berries on here, yogurt, fresh fruit. So look at that texture. Still fluffy and soft in the middle. I think today they're slightly softer and fluffier than the chia seed ones. My next plate, I have the sparkling water ones. So one's just split as I tried to pick it up. Look how soft and fluffy that is. So simple. Just with sparkling water. And I used, whoops, just dropped my jam everywhere. I used our soda stream to make my water. Soft and fluffy and light. Not as much flavour as the chia seeds or the banana. A bit more simple, but still really good. And the final one, which is the apple one. So I'll just break one open. Oops, still really hot. Look at that, you've got the steam coming off. You can see some pieces of apple. I like the fruit ones because they're a good way of using up, if you've got like a soft apple or a banana that's overly ripe that you need to use up, it's a really good way of using it. And of course, this one tastes the best because it's just been cooked and it's still really warm. I think the chia seed ones, when I've done them before and we've eaten them straight away, they do taste good. Yum. I guess I'll be eating a lot of pancakes today. Now I've made so many. I hope you've enjoyed my 4 recipes without eggs with buckwheat flour, gluten-free, and really versatile. If you've run out of eggs or you can't eat eggs or you don't like eggs or you're following vegan diet, there's 4 options. Chia seeds, mashed banana, sparkling water, or apple. Let me know in the comments below if you give any of my recipes a go. Don't forget, hit the thumbs up and share it with a friend. And if you're new here today, subscribe. And don't forget, if you want to keep supporting or helping me support making more videos for you, you can donate a little bit of money below. That can help me buy flour and keep me doing what I'm doing. I hope you've enjoyed this video today, and thanks for watching. See you next time. Bye.